tension in the room grew, forming a quiet storm that was ready to explode in the realm of love and hip-hop. Drama and chaotic, passionate relationships have always existed in Atlanta, but tonight was different. After weeks or years of building mayhem, it was about to blow out. Things between Erica Dixon and Scrappy had been tense at best after their breakup and the birth of their daughter, co-parenting with frequent flare-ups, and their old wounds had never completely healed. However, it wasn't just their relationship that was broken. For as long as anyone could remember, the relationship between Erica and Scrappy's mother, Momma Dee, was what really set the fuse. Though the two had never gotten along, Momma Dee was proud of Erica. The exuberant personality had never shied away from expressing her opinions on Erica's choices in life, especially those involving her son Lil Scrappy. Her frequent and outspoken criticism of Erica did more harm than anyone could see. It felt like all the unresolved tension had finally reached a breaking point that night at a party given by one of the most influential promoters in the city. Although there was a lot of laughing and song in the air, Momma Dee and Erica Scrappy saw the gathering as simply another battlefield. Despite spending much of the evening apart, fate had a way of bringing the three of them together at the most unexpected moment. Although Erica had always resisted, it had never been sufficient to win Momma Dee's approval because she was fiercely independent and protective of her family. Dressed in a stunning black dress, Erica tried to enjoy the evening, but her eyes kept going back to Scrappy. They were clearly at odds with one another. Unspoken hatred permeated every glance, every word, and every action. Of course, Momma Dee was also there, making her presence known with her characteristic when Momma Dee, who never holds back, came up to Erica in an almost deserted part of the venue. The first spark sparked. The music was broken by her voice, as loud and brash as before. "You think you can just come around here acting like you're the only one who matters, don't you?" Momma Dee stated. "Dagger, you ain't nothing but a baby mama. You ain't even with my son anymore." Erica, who was already uncomfortable due to Jabs' constant passive-aggressive behavior, felt her internal fire start to flare. "Momma Dee, you don't know me or my life. If you stop trying to run everything, maybe you'd see that I'm trying to be a good mother to our daughter regardless of what you think." Erica interrupted me in a cold tone. Momma Dee was completely enraged by her remarks alone. "You are nothing more than issues because you think you are better than me and have power over my son." The debate quickly spiraled out of control with a barrage of invective and rising voices. The audience began to realize that the two women were in a full-fledged shouting match. But it was clear that the animosity between Momma Dee and Erica had reached a breaking point. "Don't intervene in my affairs, Momma Dee. She's already worn out after enduring Scrappy's mother's interference for months. You're not going to tell me how to live my life any longer, Momma Dee," Erica screamed, her eyes blazing with anger. Momma Dee said, "Girl, you can't handle me," and walked forward, chest out, prepared for battle. "Even if you act like an adult, you're still a young child playing house." Lil Scrappy arrived at that moment and attempted to defuse the situation, but the storm had already built up. He had tried mediating before, but this time it was too late. He could sense the heat and tension between the two ladies he loved. "Erica, this isn't the place for this, therefore you two should stop," but neither woman is paying attention. When she became quite irritated, Scrappy reached out and took her arm, drawing her back to him. His eyes went insane as he said, "You're not leaving, Scrappy. It takes a lot of courage to appear as though you can simply leave this situation whenever it becomes difficult." Angry and frustrated, Erica turned to go because she needed room to get away from the poisonous atmosphere that was choking her. Erica feels her heart pounding. "I was free from his grasp. Scrappy, this is your mess, not mine," in a flash. Out of control with his anger, Scrappy gave Erica a forceful slap across the face. Erica stumbled back, instinctively bringing her hand to her cheek as the slap sent shockwaves of silence and astonishment through the room. More than just a physical injury, the slap sliced through their common past. All eyes were on the three of them as the room went silent. Even though Erica's voice was shaking, her determination cut like a razor through the tension. Now the humiliation and slap had left her cheeks red, blazing with anger and treachery. Now you've really lost it. Persistent, you've overreached yourselves. Scrappy's eyes were wide with wonder, and he stayed motionless. Although he hadn't intended to strike her in that manner, his anger had taken over at that very moment, and he was aware of the sadness and consequences of his actions. Almost immediately, Erica collapsed. "I didn't mean for it to go like this," he said in a barely audible whisper, but Erica was already. She stepped back from him and began to cry. With tears in her eyes, she murmured, "Scrappy, I can't do this anymore. I've had enough of you and your mother controlling me." As Erica turned and ran out, Scrappy stood motionless in sorrow. Momma Dee watched her face and saw that she was both pleased and surprised that she had succeeded. Finally, Erica was gone, but at what price? Standing alone in the middle of the room, Scrappy felt the entire weight of his actions fall upon him. As Erica disappeared into the night, his gaze followed her, but it was too late. The harm had already been done. The aftermath from that night would change Scrap and Erica's relationship forever, and their distance would only grow over the next few weeks. The night had started off like any other, full of possibilities and promise, but by the end it had only left relationships and hearts destroyed. A terrible reminder that sometimes love cannot save you when you lose control and something valuable is lost. It was a moment that would haunt all three of them. Even Momma Dee, who had always supported Scrappy, was unable to ignore the loss of something valuable.